Hey everyone, ready to get fired up today? We are diving into a speech, and this one is all about tuning out the noise and building things that you are truly passionate about.
And what's interesting about this one is this is not some polished like TED Talk or anything. This is raw, straight from the heart, like energy. This is the kind of stuff that makes you want to get up and take action after listening.
I agree, totally. And we're hearing all this from Yvonne, who describes herself as Yvonne from Woman on a Mission.
I love that.
Yeah, and even calls this another message. So you get the sense she's got a lot to say.
She does, and she jumps right into it. It's clear this is coming from her own experience, which makes it so much more powerful.
Okay, so let's unpack it. Yvonne's big message right off the bat is stop watching everyone else.
Mhm.
Have you ever felt that pull, like you're constantly comparing yourself to what everybody else is doing online?
All the time. It's so easy to get stuck in that cycle, right?
Yeah.
You're scrolling, you're consuming all this content, and then suddenly you're just frozen because there's so many amazing things that other people are doing. And then you just end up in this like analysis paralysis, and you never actually start building your own thing. Like,
No.
what's the thing that you were passionate about? Have you ever felt that hesitation to begin because of what you see online?
Oh, it's such a real struggle, especially these days. And so, to making point, Yvonne uses this really interesting analogy about the movie Field of Dreams. She's all about that if you build it, they will come
Which
mentality.
is such a powerful metaphor for anyone creating anything. It doesn't matter if you're launching a business or writing a book or learning a new skill, it can apply to anything. Yvonne's saying that sometimes you have to trust the process and just start creating, just build the thing that you want to see in the world.
Totally. And it's like that old saying, leap and the net will appear. But Yvonne doesn't just stop at build it. She also talks about being obedient. What do you think she means by that?
Hmm, that's interesting. It's kind of a curious word choice, right?
Mm.
Like, who is she being obedient to?
Mm.
It seems like it's about trusting her intuition, that inner voice telling her what to do, even if it doesn't totally make sense on paper yet.
Yeah,
Which I
yeah.
think connects back to what we were saying about analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to quiet the noise of the outside world and just really tap into that, inner knowing.
And for Yvonne, that seems to be where she gets the confidence to just go for it regardless of the numbers. She even says at one point, forget about all that when talking about followers and likes and things. That's pretty bold, I think, especially these days.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about how much pressure there is to like, prove yourself online or whatever. Like you have to be constantly chasing those metrics, right?
Yeah.
But Yvonne's advocating for something very different, which is finding that joy and fulfillment in just the act of creation itself, regardless of that external validation.
Right.
And like, how freeing would that be to just create without worrying about who's watching or how many likes you're getting or any of that?
It would be incredibly liberating to just be able to pour your energy into something because you genuinely love it and not because you're seeking external approval or anything.
Absolutely.
And that kind of passion seems to be at the core of Yvonne's message throughout this whole speech. There's this unshakable confidence that things are going to work out, things are going to pop off, as she says. Where do you think that comes from?
Oh, it's definitely there, right? Like, it's like she's already living in that reality where everything's like, you know, already popped off, basically.
Mhm.
And I think part of it might be rooted in, like, her faith, but it also just speaks to the power of belief in general.
Right.
Like, sometimes a strong conviction can be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, when you truly believe in what you're doing, it shows. And it can inspire other people to believe in it, too.
Oh, totally. It's like you attract what you put out there. It's like she's tapping into that idea of like energy attracts like energy or something.
Mm.
If you're putting out those confident, those passionate vibes, it's got to like attract the right opportunities and the right people to you. Right?
Exactly. And whether or not you subscribe to those same, like, belief systems or whatever,
Yeah.
there's still such a powerful lesson there.
Yeah.
What if instead of getting bogged down in like the how-tos and the what-ifs and all that,
Yeah.
you just approached your goals with that same level of like unwavering belief?
Yeah.
That could be huge.
It's about shifting your mindset from, I hope this works out, to this is going to be amazing.
Yes.
And Yvonne's speech is such a good reminder that sometimes the biggest obstacle is actually just like our own self-doubt.
Absolutely. It's about quieting that inner critic and just like letting your passion lead the way.
Mm-hmm.
Trust your gut, put in the work, and just believe in the power of your own vision.
It's so true. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm so curious to know what resonated most with you from Yvonne's message. What's that thing that you want to build? That idea you've been maybe a little hesitant to start. We'd love to hear your takeaways. So, until then, you know the drill. keep that spark alive, keep building, keep